You are listening to the Red Rock Podcast Network, featuring Pod of Thrones and the Shiznit.
Look, this is for my old heads, young G's, etc. Dino Red said he loves the intellect. Yes, he never hesitates. I can rap whatever, bro. I'm only in first gear, still where you headed. Living in the cold world full of that nonsense. Drug heads, teen moms, day-to-day violence. Fiends at the corner, panhandle for bottles. 12-year-olds running around with pistols and hollows. Fuck with my conscience, but still I do. I know right from wrong, but my decisions are stupid. My generation is crazy, and the media proof. Ignorance is bliss, and we is illy influenced. And that's why I'm here. Old soul, kick a brand new flavor in your ear. Rapper of the year.
This is the Red Rock Podcast Network. From Red Rock Studios in Los Angeles, California, this is the Shiznit. Now, put your hands together for the Shiznit.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Shiznit Show. I am your boy, your host, Dino Red. And as you guys know, I do not do this show all by myself, but I have with me my ride or dies, Miss Dejan Monique.
Hey, what's up, world? It's your girl.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Pip Lily.
Oh, yes, I'm so here. I'm here. Present. He's present.
What's up? Hey, you know what? I've been trying to tell you guys for weeks about the edibles.
Yes.
And it always slips my mind. I haven't, so I'm like, I'm going to jump right into the edibles.
Thank you. I was going to ask you about this last week, but I was like, no, I'm not going to push it on him. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to let him tell the story.
I wish you had because I've been trying to tell it, and I wanted to tell it on the air since we brought it up on the air, and then we mentioned that you gave them to me and everything. Mm-hmm. So to give you guys some backstory, Dejan bought me some edibles, some brownies, grown-up brownies and everything, because I have bouts with insomnia and different things. It since has corrected itself, and I come to figure out that it was like stress again. It was stress from work is what it was. And so I'm back to my default is not great sleep. I've never been a great sleeper my whole adult life, but I'm at least back to what my default is, and I'm not getting even less sleep than normal. Mm-hmm. So that's good. That's really great.
Okay, well, that's
but
cool.
Now, so the edibles. Let me start by saying that I never had an edible, and I had not partaken in any type of marijuana, anything in about these 25, 30 years or something like that. Some long period, right? Way back when, before it started getting stronger and everybody was, everybody's like, oh, it's like so much different. It's so much stronger, this and that. But they were saying that about what we were smoking back then, So I can't imagine.
Because what did y'all have back then? What, Chronic?
We had Chronic.
Right.
That was when Chronic was first blown up, whatever. And they had a few other names, but Chronic was the big main general, right? The like kind of to put the new stuff on the map, right? And that's what we were messing with. We didn't even mess with what we call stress or dank, which was the cheap, the cheap stuff. We didn't even mess with that. We didn't even mess with that.
That's why I used to get back in Chicago.
Only mess with Chronic. And to be honest, you guys, like, back then, I kind of didn't admit it until a little bit later. I confided in a friend or whatever that I never really got much out of it. And I couldn't imagine why, because they were talking about, like I said, all I heard was how much stronger it was than it was back in Woodstock days and all that kind of stuff from those people. So I can't imagine what kind of shit they were smoking, because, like, I just wasn't really, But I come to find out later on that there's something unique with me, and I like have this weird tolerance for substances. I don't get like it's weird, but it's this whole thing. I talked about it before, but anyway. So with all that, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anything about it, and it didn't come with instructions. Dejan, bless her heart, was Did you actually bake those, or did you buy them?
I baked those.
Wow,
with my heart.
She actually baked those with her heart and hands, and I really appreciate it. And they were really good.
Oh, thank you.
Especially the one with, they both were good, but my favorite were the ones with like the nuts in them.
Oh, wait, with the nut. Okay, the 7-layer bars with the coconut and the raisins.
Yes.
Ooh, those are my favorite too.
Oh my God,
those are my favorite.
So good.
And they're vegan. They're vegan, so they're.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they weren't that bad for you.
So not that
Don't
matters
try to
me.
like they're healthy.
I like it. Don't matter to me. It was good.
Forget about the medication part. They brownies.
At least they didn't, at least they didn't taste vegan. Because if they tasted vegan, I'd have been like, But no, they was good. So I didn't know like Dejan told me take a half, and then if that didn't do anything, eat a little bit more. But I didn't know how long. I didn't know there was a delay. I didn't know what to. So I ate half, and it was close to bedtime when I ate it. And 'cause I figured since it's supposed to make me sleep better, I'm supposed to do it close to bedtime.
Right, yeah.
So I did it close to bedtime, and I waited and waited, and I didn't feel anything. And so I was like, damn, I don't feel nothing. I was like, that's probably my resistance kicking in again, whatever. So I ate the other half, and I think I just like in a piece of nug just because it was good, right? I was like, oh, I couldn't stop. It was like I was so
enjoying
and then
yourself.
I went,
I was enjoying them.
So then I went to sleep, and then which I don't think I was supposed to do. I don't think I was supposed to eat it and then go to sleep, but that's what I did. I went to sleep, and so in between, like I was still waking up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, but I was waking up high. I was waking up and shit was moving. like I was playing with my hand, going ooh. I was like so tripped out, and I was like, oh wow. I'm like, this is the first time I really been high. I'm like, but I should be awake for this. I'm like, oh, asleep, right? And so then I'd go back to sleep for a little bit longer, and I'd wake up again, and then I'd be like, ooh, I'm still high, right?
Damn.
But anyway,
did you enjoy that feeling?
I did. I did.
Good.
It felt unusual. It felt weird, and it just kind of like
that sounds like Thursday to me.
Felt loopy,
Right? Any other?
But it was cool to finally feel a high, because before I would just kind of feel like I would get a little mellow, and I would eventually when I would go to sleep, I would have, back when I used to smoke when I was a kid, that's the best sleep I ever had in my early 20s when I used to get buzzed with. That would be the best sleep I would have, and that would be that was why I did it more so than anything. That, and just my friends were doing it, whatever, and it was just something to do. But I wasn't really feeling it like other people were like then. But so yeah, I was like, wow, okay, now this I feel this.
Well,
I feel this.
Also getting a head high, because there's a head high and a body high.
A body high.
And so, like, the other stuff that you was probably smoking when he was younger is probably more body high stuff. And now with hybrids, you can get a little bit of both. You can get a little top heavy on this, a little bottom heavy on that. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and then the next batch, whatever. I don't know how long, but should that have lasted me?
The bag?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, how many times should I how many?
That's probably like 2 or 3 doses in there,
3 doses?
Depending on how. Yeah,
it was definitely only 2.
Yeah.
Because the next time I ate some, I just was like, oh.
You was like, I'm gonna enjoy it the second time.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was just, it tastes so good. I was eating it like dessert. Like this is so good. I'm just eating it, because it was like I ate the first one first. Like, not the first one first. I ate the one that was the more like regular brownie. That one, I ate that one first.
With the one with the powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the one with all the good stuff in it, like the nuts and the coconut and all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that one, I ate that one second, and I was like, ooh, I was like, forget taking a half. I ate like 1.5, 2 or whatever, like right off the bat, so.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you liked them. That's cool. That means
I
it
did
works.
like it. I was tripping a little bit. And I stayed up. I took these a little bit before bedtime this time, so I could be awake for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was tripping. I know my wife was like, my wife didn't know what was going on.
Why is he playing with his hands? An airplane sound. Why is his hand?
Enjoy it. But did you sleep good?
I slept better. I did. I did sleep better.
Okay, cool.
All right, I have an edible related story, and this happened this week.
Okay.
Every year, my college, my alma mater, comes to Hollywood, and they have a gala. The dean comes, and some other faculty and stuff comes. I'm not going to say anybody's name, because this person is employed by this university, but we have become friends over the years. And she asked me if I can get her some edibles, and I'm like, of course. You're like, what you like? I was like, you like chocolate? I'll get you some chocolate. So I bring it to her, and she's like, oh my god, thank you so much, right? And then she's like, how am I supposed to get this home? And I'm like, let me tell you, this woman is 5'2" white lady in her 60s.
Oh,
I'm like, ain't gonna have no problem.
Bitch, put it in your purse.
Right.
I was like,
Put it in your bag.
they looking for bombs. They not looking
Right.
for you and your little your edible candies.
She could walk down the street eating that shit and won't nothing happen to her.
She with a gun in her hand,
Right? With a gun.
Ain't anybody gonna fuck with her?
Nobody.
No, nobody.
That lady. They're like, ma'am, do you need help with your bag?
Right? I know.
How am I going to get this home?
That gun look awfully heavy. You need some help carrying that? That's a big gun for a little lady.
She worried about the chocolate.
Right?
And they could have been like they was little, and they do say medicinal marijuana on or something like on the label, right? So kids don't know or whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
at least they have a warning or something. But they're little chocolates. They, again, you just put it in your purse, no big deal. It goes through. They are not. I was like, unless you dress that shit up to look like a bomb, you okay?
You should have fucked with her and told her, you don't just stick them in your vagina.
You know what would be hilarious? Oh, that's not hilarious. Because it would have melted. Oh. Because I'm sure she would have took it out the packet. It would have melted. And it would have gotten her system anyway. And then she'd been fucked on that airplane.
Fucked up on the plane. Like 6 melted chocolates in your vagina. First of all, you would have a real big problem after that, like a few days after that. But that's a whole nother story. But after that chocolate, after that marijuana absorbing your system, she was going to have a good flight. Good flight.
Now, there was a couple things I wasn't, I don't want to say prepared for. I was surprised about because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know that it kind of had like a marijuana aftertaste, like or the same way like after you smoke or whatever, you have that same aftertaste. Right, you got that same. It didn't really taste. I tasted a little bit of marijuana eating it, but I tasted it more afterwards, which I was like, oh, okay, that's just like when you smoke it. Huh, surprise! I didn't realize that. And then like I kind of got the little dry mouth and the thirst. I didn't get the munchies though. Didn't get munchies.
Probably because
which is good.
You had a snack,
which is good. But I did get the dry mouth thirsty thing.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, just like smoking it. I was like, oh, okay, huh, interesting.
So
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I never really realized it. I guess because I smoke, so
yeah,
I get cotton mouth still.
sometimes I do.
Yeah.
It depends.
I don't know why I didn't expect to get it from the
From
eating.
edibles, yeah.
I didn't expect
That's
to get
something
it, but
new
I
for
did.
me too. I never heard that before. So
Really?
yeah.
No, I can get it from edibles too. It depends on like just what kind of medicine.
you eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was cool. I would definitely do it again.
Well, cool, yay. Well, I'm gonna make some more very, very soon. I'm gonna make the 7-layer bars again, definitely, because I love those. Those are
things,
like my
those
favorite.
things are so good.
And I'm gonna definitely make sure I bring you some this time too.
All right,
Pip,
I'm
so
down.
You can sample them.
I love nuts in my dessert. That's just
Yeah. Oh, it had everything in it: walnuts, pecans.
Y'all know I ain't got no issue with nuts.
Hello. It had
that's what she said.
it had
That's what he
caramel,
said.
caramel.
We heard him.
sweetened condensed milk on there.
We heard him say it just now. I
Right.
just had to let him know that she said it too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, nothing wrong with
That sounds delicious.
with a variety.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah,
It
it's really good.
does.
Coconut, chocolate chips, bake it all in the oven. It all gets happy
So
together.
I met this guy on Twitter. Shout out to Matthew Tofolo, I think is how he pronounced his last name. He is the guy who started up this film festival called the Feedback Film Festival, and it's been going on for years in Toronto. And he's bringing it out here to L.A.
Oh, cool.
I met him on Twitter, which Twitter is like such a cool resource. That's how I also met Eli. And also shout out to Jason from Evening Radio Podcast for helping me out with he gave me some a really good Twitter tip to help me. You know, in the last couple months, I've like tripled my followers.
Really?
But yeah, it's still a lot of work. But it does help. But it was a good tip. So thanks for that, Jason. I met some cool people doing that. And like I said, Eli, and then this guy. And I met this guy. I followed him. He followed me back. And then he DM'd me saying, "Hey, I have this festival, and it's a short film festival, and and if you want to go, I'll give you some tickets and this and that and whatever." So it was cool. So yeah, I was like, thanks a lot, And I actually tried to get Eli to go, but he couldn't make it. It was on a Thursday night, and he had a lot of like running the kids around the soccer practice and different things like that, so he couldn't make it. But I was telling him, I was like, well, even if you can't make it, you might want to check it out for your film. Because even though it's a short film festival, they say they do films anywhere from like 2 minutes to 2 or 3 hours, I think they
Okay.
said. So his film definitely falls in there.
Yeah.
So like you might want to, and he said someone else that told him about that festival, and he was
Short film festivals
for
for films that ain't even short.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a long ass film.
But anyway,
extremely long.
We
films.
went. It was like Thursday night, and